Alright, welcome back to another episode of Shadowrun. Third episode, even though it says 2. As I started with 0, then 01, 02. We got accepted in this village, city from Aunty. Now we're Shadowrunners. We have to, now she owns us, basically. We gotta do some missions for her as she helps us with locating potentially our foster parent and more things about this madness that has been going on. Realistically, I think she's doing more for us than we could ever do in jobs, but I think she likes us, so whatever. So let's go. Let's see what we have in store for us. There's the hatch. Let's meet our guy here. What's this? Oh. It's oppressively hot down here, and the air is full of synthetic odors that grab you by the sinuses and refuse to let go. I know that feeling because that's the same thing I feel when one of these dump trucks drives by me, or if I'm right close to a dumpster, that wet trash, and it sticks with you for a while. A quick scan of the room tells you why. The downstairs tenant has converted this space into a machine shop. Metal fabrication tools, duroplastic extruders line the wall. Never have industrial manipulators hang from the ceiling. A man in black trench coat stands with his back to you, staring at a monitor mounted above a study workbench. He addresses you without turning. I was wondering when I meet the new neighbor. Okay. Please stay where you are. I'll be with you in just a moment. And unless you fancy an unplanned trip to Chrome Valley, don't touch anything. Here are manners of tools in here that could take your hand clean off. Are you very kind? Thank you. You focus on the enormous manipulator arms that you saw earlier. Right here. They are bulky industrial things dented from years of heavy use. Each arm has been fitted with at least a dozen different welders, soldering guns, extruders, and metal fabrication tools. You've seen machinery like this in factories before, but they look terribly out of place here. Very good. Yes, that's coming along nicely. Very nice indeed. Very good and very well. Oh, I love that music. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So sir just keeps you waiting. Should I give him my name? I'll give him my name. One of his drones. Don't mind the drone, he can be territorial, but as long as you remain civil, he will not bite. He extends his hand. A very pleased to meet you, my friend, and a humility to suggest why Hoi. It's important to be on good terms with one's neighbors. I agreed. He glances on the bracelet on his forearm, a technical display winks to life. Very well, this morning's casting should still be cooling for a few minutes. There's that Simon up to talk. You have a good ear, I'm impressed. Yes, I grew in next week. Not good. I don't know. Yeah. Went to school there, started my career there in the industrial sector. A fairly common story, I'm sure, but I have also traveled a great deal, and in so doing, I have absorbed a number of other languages and dialects. 15 languages. Jeez, this guy's a machine. Holy. I am only little in 12. That's kind of realistic. Especially with age. It's still impressive. Polyglots. Who gonna do put me to shame? Arabic has been particularly bugbear of mine. The familiar characters and lack of vowels make it damn tricky to get a handle on. But I suppose all men have their limits. I'm sure this is smugglers then. They shouldn't. Is there a particular life that interests you? The robotic arms that you got there, they look something like something taken from an automotive. Good guess. That's precisely what they are. They fell off a boat. You might say they weren't cheap, but I acquired them and had them mounted to the walls of my shop. I simply had to have them. I can, if it's a rigger, I can see how that would help them. Ractor. The return on investment has been dramatic. Yes, the cruder by far than the Waldo devices that I used in my professional life, but they still do the job and they are mine. He gazes lovingly at the industrial arms to slime. He likes them. Okay, that's cool. They have increased my fabrication capabilities nearly tenfold, and that, to me, is worth any price. Many riggers were named their most prized possession after a villain from a fairy tale, and not to my heritage. Cochet, the Deathless, he was called, and for good reason. His soul was cleverly hidden outside of his body, as he could not be killed so long as it remained intact. Oh. Cochet was a villain and a notorious kidnapper of women, but something about me always stuck with me. I suppose that it was the notion of immortality through the cleverness that resonated. There was something to be learned from that, I was sure. And so when it came time to name my beloved creation, his was the name that came to mind. In a manner of speaking, I suppose that he is. I have redundant copies of every piece of his architecture, and his core programming is stored on disk in a secret location. Should he ever suffer critical damage, I can easily bring him back. I had a plan once to automate the self-repair process. I must confess, it was quite ingenious, but alas, my research was lost. One day, I will reclaim it, and Cochet will become as deathless as the stories claim, but it will not be the day. What did you mean? Exactly what I said. A casting that I made of a new locomotive assembly for Cochet. A biometric design, as you can see. This one is inspired by the walking legs of a decapod crustacean. The mangrove crab, to be specific. That remains to be seen, but there is more to life than combat effectiveness, is there not? By fabricating new components for Cochet, I'll unlock options, different ways of being, even the failures, and there have been many, have value in this context. More training and experience than I care to mention. Drone architecture was once my profession, you see. Now it's more of a calling, one that I'm free to pursue now that I'm freed myself from the shackles of corporate servitude. A slave wage. That is something of a sore subject. My departure was involuntary. You see, I did not part ways with my employer under the best of terms. I will tell you that I work for a Grishing Aviacor, but you will forgive me if I don't want to go into detail. Freelance. At the risk of sounding immodest, I've commodified myself rather well. There are always corporations in need of design consultations. You'd be surprised by how lucrative such work can be. And there's always other works that I can turn to in a pinch. He pauses and for a second something flashes in his eye. Cochet lowers his body into a crouch. A rather personal question. Maybe, but then we're having a personal conversation. Indeed we are. But even in personal conversations, certain topics can be held off limits. True. Truth be told, I don't feel especially comfortable discussing my side work with relative strangers. Suffice it to say that my freelance activities often fall on the illicit end of the spectrum. Tell you what, I'm just trying to guess you're a Shadowrunner, aren't you? I dislike the term, but yes, I run the shadows. I want to run the shadows too, or maybe I don't know what I'm asking for, but it's so sensationalized, but such a thing exists. There's people out there that probably don't exist and they do professional work like wet works, cleanup. Hopefully we don't have to deal with those, none of us here watching or innocent. That's although disappearing from the system, the grid, and being a ghost, a living ghost, that sounds good. You're drawn, people on the upper, nothing particular. You're drawn. Such a reductive assessment. I assure you, you're selling my little counterpart quite short. Crochet is a combat capable, very much so, but that is far from his only purpose. Crochet scuttles forwards, his glowing red eyes low to the ground. Light glints off of the metal of his armored chassis. Ractor runs a hand over the drone's killing legs, caressing the sculpted metal with his fingertips. That being said, I cannot deny that Crochet's aptitude for butchery is important to my work. Should you ever get the opportunity to see him in action, you will understand why. I'm gonna invite him to work for us. Cool stuff. A compelling offer. I'm not quite well on my own, but I must admit, there are certain jobs for which I am unsuited. Magic eludes me, and I am not a decker. My strength comes from material objects in the real world. Solid things with mass and heft. Things that I can build and operate. Sadly, a great many claims are only interested in teams that display a mastery over the intangible. Hacking the matrix. This group of yours, do you have people who can cover those bases? If so, then perhaps we can help each other out. In that case, I will accept your offer on a provisional basis. We'll do a few runs together and see how we get on. If our association bears fruit, it will continue. If not, I will bid you my farewell and go back to working alone. Yeah, we're gonna vote. More people the better, so you can give them all breaks. So he is a particular character. I have to pick him. I have to really understand the job, because there's some places that have like windows or tunnels, like air ducts, and that's where you send the drone. Not all missions need it, but he could be very useful. And I with you. All right, got another member. Wait, he can level up. That's right. She levels up, right? I picked it, right? I picked that. She and him. What? Increase accuracy. Or I like the whole movement speed stuff. Yep, I like that. The drone's still a killer. We're gonna talk to my peeps first before I look at the computer, because we have a mission to do. Hi, Duncan. Hey, Isobel. What's up? She could use a little bit of cable management. And she sleeps here, wow. I mean, that'll probably be me in a world like this. I'll live by my computers. She has the whole command center of the boat. That's pretty cool. These are probably servers she has. But she may only be using this one. Although I see a cable coming here. So it could be daisy chain. These are probably redundant servers from this one. If the boat goes down, they all go down. This is my personal machine. And it plays Crysis. Pretty sure she's playing Minecraft and Crysis. Minecraft 2055. It's downstairs. Oh, we went upstairs, so downstairs. So she doesn't bother looking up. You can see that she elbows deep in the guts of an obsolete cyber deck. One of a half a dozen that have been wired into her computer with braided cables. Thanks. Just stick the fingers straight. So you need something? Oh wow, she's basic. Okay. Have you been having weird dreams recently? Okay, yeah, I think that everybody has. Me too, I've been having horrible nightmares. I know it happens more often than you think. It's because of the wall garden. Some power is emanating negativity out of there. Something real wrong with that place. See the cyberpunk world, cyber psychosis, mass psychosis, it's pretty cool stuff. But this one's probably caused by ethereal, like a portal. There's like a portal open or some sort of magic. Yeah. In the wall city, just one of the many amenities of life in that hellhole. But this, having it outside of the slum, this is new. I don't know what's causing it, and I don't think I want to. I'm still mad at you for making me go back there. I'd say it hasn't changed, but it seems like it has for the worse. It's just like I remembered, but darker, meaner. The perfect place for a thug like Strangle Bow. Be careful with Kindly. Even though she said she counted on you to screw the job up, that's not a good thing. That means she was counting on you to be unreliable and disposable. If you screw up a bigger job, once she's counting on going by the numbers, she might despise us. Oh. She's my pet product, the octopus. She's a monster. See, it plays Minecraft. See, maybe this server right here has a whole Minecraft server. Busted terminals, obsolete cyber deck, aftermarket memory from maximum loss dumpster. Scavengers will kill for this stuff in the walled city, but out here people throw it away. Shell out huge amounts of new and stupid. They do it easy to throw money at the problem. Amateurs. For a quarter of the price of that Wiz new cyber deck, I can have 5 of that last year model, and after I finish daisy chaining them together, the machine that I built will run circles. That true if it's capable of doing that. But that's more things she's gotta carry unless she's putting it all together. Yeah, see? You'll need a flatbed. Well, can you teach me how to do that? Got a couple of years to sit here and learn. And give you tips here and there while Phoenix, but really learning how to do this takes time, and we don't have time and desperation, and I need to make do with what we've got. Gets the job done. Might not be top of the line, but I'm comfortable using it in the field. If you should happen to come across any more advanced hardware or software, either on the job or on the discount rack at Lost Techno Palace, I'm not above taking donations. But bearing that, I'm fine with using what I've got. Your call. I don't think I did that on my first playthrough. I didn't give her anything, so I'll test that. I prefer not to, nothing personal, just the way that I am. I am an introvert. I'm at peace with that. If you aren't, then the problem is with you, not me. Tell you what though, I'm gonna make you a deal. If me being quiet is a problem to you, then we'll talk. I'll tell you all about myself, satisfy your curiosity, but in exchange, you need to satisfy mine. We're gonna play a game of questions. You answer me truthfully, and I'll answer you. We'll go back and forth until one of us wants to quit. Deal? Deal! Let's go. Tell me what you really think about Duncan. I think this has some sort of character building here. I like these two answers. Right here, I like this one. Interesting. And a little familiar. I guess that's the same with their relationship. You grew up in the Wall City. Tell me about that. Okay. I think she eventually talks about it, but I can't push her too hard or she'll... Okay, okay. For now. I'll drop it because we're still not too close. I think you may mess up some combos. You miss some info and good stuff. Because I think all the characters also have their hero side missions where you help them. You don't want to mess that up. We met as kid in the Wall City. My prison was her playground. Okay. My turn. What was your connection to Raymond Black? I'm sorry for your loss. Four years? That's good enough time. Yeah, I enjoy being in the shadows. Let's go. Yeah, of course. I'm a Shadowrunner. The Wampa. Okay. You're stuck here, Maroon. You and Duncan both. He obviously unhappy with the situation. He keeps going on about things that he left behind. But what about you? Is there anything that you want to get back to? There's not a lot. Someone that grows with poverty and crime life that they could miss about the past if they were rescued. So I'm even later than I thought. I still got a long way. Okay. because Raymond Black wanted to go in there, and someone did destroy my life to keep him from doing that. I'll get her next time. Okay. I'll get her next time. I'm not gonna push the issue. And she's cool too. I like her. Piles of clothing. Overflowing garbage here. I guess that's where her rat lives. I was oyster. I haven't got posters. I've had the thumbtacks on the wall. Oh, so we caught her eating. Okay, she was eating right here. Hey, Seattle. How's tricks? Things have been better, things have been worse. That's the attitude. Very stoic, very strong. It's downright inspiring. Still eating. Now you want to tell me what you're doing in my bedroom? I'm assuming you're not here to admire the view. Have you been having nightmares? Yep, yep. I have, we all have, everyone in town. Let me guess, you saw the wall city and a black whirlpool and teeth, thousands and thousands of teeth. You don't need to answer. I already know that I'm right because I just had the same dream. Creepy, I know. Dreams are coming from inside a walled garden, I'm sure of it. All of that negative energy pent up. She would know because she feels the... She connects to the astral plane, so... While we sleep, it's getting us. Yep, I think it is. My personal opinion, the whole city is cursed deep down, and I think everybody knows it, and we live in its shadow. That's bound to mess with your head, you know, and it is. But they're just dreams. It's not like they can hurt us, right? Don't worry, Seattle, we're fine here, but let's talk about something else, huh? I don't like to think about the walled city. Yeah, I figured you would. That was a hell of a thing, right? Yeah, it was. Nightjar, Gotshot were two of the strongest men I've ever known. Quality Shadowrunners, both of them. I watched those two fight through situations that'll kill anyone and come out on top. How they go out. Bang, bang. No blaze of glory. See? The cyberpunk world is so cool. No blaze of glory. That sucks. Blaze of glory or quiet life? So she feeds her rat, huh? It was more rat than me. She's the one who grabbed me by the gut and led us to that sewer entrance. All I did was follow. Do you always let your rats drink out of your own bowl? Sure, why not? We're all part of the same nest. Is that hygienic? Probably not, but I've never gotten sick, so. But that's a different kind of rat. That's like a magical rat. That's her power animal, like the one that Dietrich had, so. Too bad I couldn't finish Dietrich's quest. Where I don't know that I remember that I did it, where he got a final power from his animal. Oh well, it happens. Dun, 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 dun. You didn't bring me on our last run, so no, I don't have much to say. Nice to have a nice off, I guess. It's a clever one. She's gotten me out of more trouble than I care to mention. Gotten me into a fair amount of it too. But I can always count on her to lead me out of hot water when I need her to. I can feel it in my belly, you know? Sort of a tugging sensation. I've since learned to follow it. Usually they don't. Me and Rat, we have some sort of special bond. She takes care of me, and I've always done my best to take care of her. Maybe from a second rat. She has 2 rats, and to pamper her earthly children like this too. Meet madness and folly. Like the way they sound, madness and folly. It was a nice ring to it. My girls remind me not to take myself too seriously. I wouldn't trust Folly though, she bites. I didn't, my mom did. The rats Hong Kong isn't experiencing. Wow. Yep. Rescue vermin. Just something, stick your hand in the first dumpster or storm drain you come across, keep fishing around. That sounds like a really bad idea. Probably I feel bad about that. Something like that. Your guess is as good as mine. Doesn't change the fact that I've been doing this for a year. And you started yesterday. Matter of fact, Seattle, I think that I'm going to make a project of you. Take you under my wings, so to speak. You need a wizened mentor. It might as well be me. Okay. I'm going to be nice. Okay. You know, Seattle, this has been a nice shit, you know, but it's getting late and I still have the rest of a hot pot to power through. So without wanting this to get awkward, she's kicking me out. Say no more, I'll get out of your hair. Little. Time to go. Hey Duncan, my boy, what's up with you? Let's talk. We're about to leave on a mission. I don't think we took the brochure. We'll have to ask for the next time we have an audience. I was pretty creeped out by a run in the walled city. Between that and all the drama, I'd be surprised if I didn't have a nightmare. You know how sometimes you'll be mad at a friend in a dream and then wake up and still mad at him? Then you treat him like he did something wrong when you see him? Kind of feels like that to me. Like I dream I was swimming towards a bright light and when I woke up I was out of breath from the effort. Just little snatches of things. Whole city was breathing and it had teeth everywhere and there was a tunnel. It was so bright I had to shut my eyes and Raymond was there. He was either kneeling or lying down, I can't remember which, but he was crying. That's what made me wake up, the sound of my father crying. Why is he in your room too? I'm not surprised though, what city's more than just another slump. Feeling we get sense. What is there to say? I worked my ass to pull myself out of the gutter and make something out of my life. I did what it took to earn my bronze, and now I'm a mercenary hiding in the shadows of a foreign country, doing dirty jobs that the corps need to keep off the book. It's the reverse of everything I ever wanted. You seem to be taking it too pretty damn well, so let me ask you something. You said you thought that Raymond was alive, too. That we'd run the shadows until we could figure out what happens to it. Was that true? Yep. Good that we're on the same page, I feel better. She owns us. A triad boss and an underground fixer? No, I don't think we can trust it, but as long as we all share the same goals, we should be okay. Exactly, simple. She provides jobs, we do jobs, she gets info about Raymond and Plastic, we figure out what the heck's going on. At the bottom of the, okay, everybody wins. Creepy dudes are nothing new to me, even well-dressed creepy corporate dudes between the gangers we grew up with and the that I've been running to as a cop. I've seen all kinds. I just want to know who he is and who he works for. We should keep an eye on everybody, and that guy is definitely no exception. I've seen plenty of cold killers in the Barrens and plenty more since I joined Lone Star. This guy is the real deal. I'm not sure if he knows what the word remorse even means. As long as her network keeps delivering information about Raymond, I don't care, at least for now. We need to stay with her. We have no other connections in Hong Kong. Without her, we're dead in the water. They seem competent considering how young they are, but then again, they sound like they've been taking care of themselves since they were pretty young. The three of us work together well in Wall City. Based on that, I bet the four of us will make a solid crew. Hard to tell, she talks so little. I guess that's what makes her sharp. She isn't stunning off her mouth all the time. But she's a decker, never met someone who could jack into cyberspace, run a corp system, and come back alive who was a complete moron. Okay, shoot. What do you think? Well, he's from here, right? Sounds like he had unfinished business that he needed to take care of before. You think he's dying? I don't know. Yeah, me either. You know, Raymond, Asuka, he taught us what he wanted to teach us, told us what he wanted to know. Everything else was met with a wall of good-natured silence. He used to say, "You are the master of the unspoken word, Mr. Wu. Once it is out of your mouth, it is out of your control. Master of what you keep, slave of what you say." That is true. So no, after you left, he never said a word about you. Not a word. I don't know, Asuka. He was clearly upset with the walled city and whatever prosperity is. He sounds like a sleepwalker trying to stumble his way through a dream or something. A sleepwalker who hires Shadowrunners. Raymond was smart as heck. If he thought he needed runners to take him into that place, he needed them. You should do the same, a couple. Ha! You're lost. Talk to you later. It's time. It's time. Let's do it. And I gotta wait till everything is done, whatever it's doing, to save it. If I so much start sneezing, I can open the save menu. I don't know. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's gonna be a bit. Okay, mail. Wild Phoenix, on behalf of our friends at Hoyer Chamber, blah, 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 blah. Okay, they welcome us. She has jobs for us. Aunty Cheng. Okay. Your mission computer. So that's what she's telling us. That's the mission computer. Isabel. Whoever you choose to do business with, you will be in good hands. Ernie Hi-Fi at Club 88 is an excellent resource. Weapons. Magical supply. Okay, so we've already seen all this in the town. It's explaining who does what and what does who and when. Chrome Alley, that Law. Reliable Matthews, Robot Bazaar. Okay. Best of luck in the shadows. As fresh meat as you are. Strangle. That was Strangle Bow. He knows how to send emails. Wow. I do a lot of business with the Wampons. If you're not familiar with them, I'll forgive you. You are an outsider after all. The Wampons are a tribe of techno fetishists and deckers who've taken up residence in the Whampoa Garden area of Hong Kong. They make a trade high-tech goods to people from all over the world. A lot of nuan passes through their pasty little fingers. And I make a lot of money brokering deals between them and the smugglers. I've hit a snag though. The Whampoan elders, their council of leaders, are being eliminated by a serial killer. They've asked me to dispatch someone to get to the bottom of it and stop the killings. And they're not taking their goods through my turf until I do. We gotta stop the killings. Have delegate here in the other and then maximum law. Speak with him if you wish to know about Whampoa. He's got a big mouth, but he knows very little of importance. Talk to the elders. Take the run, okay. Merc to Drake. Typo. Typo? Okay. Maybe it's a typo. I'll attach a copy of the video message that he sent me. Hello, Madam Ching. I've heard that you're a woman who knows how to get things done, especially with regards to things that aren't legal. That's exactly the help I'm looking for. Rich investor, expand his manor on the typo. Too much money. Not enough space for a fancy party. Hit a snack with local government officials. How they suspected the land his estate was built up may have a pre-modern archaeological artifacts buried beneath it. All of them dating from the Song Dan. Oh, that was a fun mission. You had to be careful. There's different items of different value. And sometimes you have to sacrifice certain things, and I think, yeah, it was fun. You gotta make so much money on value, and consequently, I was contracted as an archaeologist to oversee the excavation and ensure everything was properly recorded. Hope you guys are liking the stream. Share. Hit that bell. Subscribe if you haven't. I do this quite a bit. I'll take a break here and there, but I love this game and I love entertaining people. Whether now or later, hope you're enjoying it. Free Enterprise Zone Authority. Okay. He sold the entire site to Tantien, who then leased it back to him. I think considered to be extraterritorial. Wow! Extraterritoriality. Woo! I just leveled up. What? Extraterritoriality. Extraterritoriality. Whatever. Local authorities were powerless to stop loot from looting the tombs. He immediately began building a museum. He had the gall to call his museum the Emperor's Tomb. Can you believe that? The odds of there being actually an emperor buried there are basically nil. But he doesn't care anything to sell a few tickets. He continues his excavations using their contractors. What he didn't know is that I bugged his comlink before he fired me. Oh. So you've been fired, dude. Okay. I guess I missed that, or he's just telling me now. Based on what I've heard, something strange is going on in the lower levels. Workers have been disappearing, only to be found dead several days later. Whatever is down there is too dangerous to be left in loose hand. Scary. He stopped receipt. So, okay. Must have found the data line tab 3 days ago. That listing I heard about him with a pair of ancient tests. Workers discovered, then issue an order that further the excavation should be halted until he can secure the area. It'd be yummy. I need a team that is tough enough to get in and survive, aren't afraid of making a mess, and who can get out with the books and whatever else they can carry. Ah! I'm wondering which mission I should do first. Beyond the 2 texts, I'm willing to pay very well for whatever other activates your team can liberate. The more valuable, the better. Don't worry, we need this. All this money because upgrades. They'll be going to actual museums, not some rich playboy's mansion. I've got a second program in place that'll suppress loose security system. The team will have to be careful though. There are only so many alarms I can suppress. Go via that number and I'll scrub the mission. Oh yes, that was the difficulty there. Because I think you have to break the glass. I've included a catalog of likely items to help the team appraise the most valuable ones. They don't need to be subtle. In fact, I prefer they make it look like a common robbery. Tell them to smash and grab what they can. There you have it. A nice simple robbery. Do you think you can handle something that basic, dear? I have faith with you. In you. We'll take it all the runs. Don't F it up. I think we have one more job to pick. Geomantic. Big business in the free enterprise zone. Fez here in Hong Kong. Feng Shui. Feng Shui isn't just the act of rearranging your kitchen to make things look pretty. The fortune of empires rise and fall with the EBB and flow Q. Ebb with the ebb and flow Q. Sometimes that flow needs a helping hand. Wuxing Incorporated are the preeminent practitioners of large-scale squid manipulation here in the free enterprise zone. They've gone to great lengths to channel ki from all over Hong Kong into their headquarters, an enormous monstrosity that they call the Wuxing Sky Tower. There, it is focused and transforms into good fortune through the building's geomantically attuned architecture and interior decoration. Alright, so they want us to mess the key in the whole place. That sounds fun. Infiltrate the Sky Tower, disrupt the flow key throughout the building. You have to do it in 2 distinct fashions. First, you must disrupt the feng shui or whatever of the offices by subtly altering the environment of that level. This will consist of minor adjustments of desk, spilled water, and... Wow, I have horrible feng shui in my room then. Yeah, no. I wonder if cable management helps with feng shui or feng shui. Ordinarily, even subtle disturbances of this nature will be noticed. This is why the client wishes to make a much louder demonstration on the rooftop garden. The garden is to be ransacked, utterly destroyed, set fire to things, uproot trees, that kind of thing. Our client has also specified that he would like you to destroy the large Buddha statue in the garden. Okay. We'll keep whistling geomancers busy long enough more, okay? I would like listening to here. I have the utmost faith in your ability to cause destruction. The more disruption you can cause on both levels of the Sky Tower, the happier the client will be. As you're not a spellcaster yourself, it might be wise to bring Gobbet along, which we will. She will be able to see the most effective ways to disrupt the key of the building. We have missions. Bing bong bong bing bong bong bong. Gotta get my money. Rappelling down the side of an unnamed luxury hotel in a ball gown on Monday night. Me admiring the view from the 28th floor. Urinals during a private soiree for an unnamed corporation that I was infiltrating. Our eyes met brief. This is like that website I forget the name of that website. Anyone who knows knows. Craigslist. Your long dark hair had come loose from your chignon, framing your beautiful flush face. I will never forget it. Please excuse me. Please excuse my Aunt Sally. All right. You were carrying a duffel bag bulging with stolen prototype weaponry. Okay. Very funny, Blackjack. I'm sorry the jump went sideways. I got trapped and had only one way out. Ah, that's funny. We're supposed to have each other's back. Just wait till you hear them. Well, Larry, post the other to the. Oh wow, terrorists in Hong Kong. Mayhem the terrorists showed up in Victoria. Okay, that was about us. Wharf rat. No further than got away while he went towards the dwarf patrol. What is the members of the White Star out of Henan? Okay. 50,000 yen reward. Okay. You actually pay out. Not a chance you walk there to claim the reward. You're going to throw in a hole with them. Yeah. Freedom Cowboy. Good hurt to try. Why do you have to be such a downer? Go for it, dude. No, but they're all dirty. They're only in to protect their paychecks and they don't give a damn about anybody else. Believe me, I'm just looking out for your best interest. Oh man, he's bringing some stuff here. Wow. Poetry Slam. Welcome to the first annual Shadowrun Poetry Slam. There are no rules. There are also no prizes. Okay. Seven shuts us down. Tennyson. Is that Ben 10? Is that Tennyson? He's a hacker too? No, no. Just trust me, it happens. For some reason, things always try to turn of attention. You going to give us a poem, or are you going to stand around and complain about why you can't? Alright, I've got one. Synth muscle, smart links, neural boosters, cyber limbs, all fall to grenades. That's some good mumble rap right there. Synth muscle, smart links, neural boosters, cyber limbs. Oh, fuck. A little musing on the transience of life in the shadows. Very nice, sir. When the long shadows fall on Hong Kong, neon lights pierce the coming night. Tread with me with the velvet blackness. Let no lamp shine on our deeds. That's pretty cool. That's better. Our hour. Pompous thing I've ever read. Lasers are red, shadows are black. With mad on the street, you'd best watch your back. My poem wasn't pompous. You uncultivated rube was an homage to Wang Wei, the famous Tang Dynasty master of the Juye. That form of poetry is traditional, like that ridiculous limerick. Now, I have to take the word slam quite so literally. You people know the rules. Poetry slams have been out of bounds on this BBS. The Laughing Man debacle of 55. Did you want to sling your fancy word doing a different force? I'm sure. Ah, they got shut down. System out. Told you. Bam. I've got a courier job next week that's supposed to take me to Wall City. I'm from Kuala Lumpur and I've never been to Hong Kong, but I hear that place is dangerous as heck. Is there anything I should know? Oh, you got nothing to worry about. It's just a low-cost housing development full of hard-working people. Here, take a look at this news report. So today's sunny side up, coming well, a red feature. Disadvantage will introduce you to some of the hard-working residents, how they live and how they contribute to the growth. Okay. A montage sequence begin. Let's see, going about their daily lives. It's just have been carefully chosen, showing only smiling and productive residents. Many residents of Kong regards the walled city as a place of no return. To outsiders, it's the last stop on a long road to homelessness. Rumors abound of feral ghouls, unsafe living conditions, and tried extortion. The reality was far different. What we saw will shock you. Citizens of Hong Kong working and living just like the rest of us. The apartments are smaller and their shops more modest, but the people who live here would be at a place they were in the Fez. Finish in Shoemaker. It smells broly. Lies! We've been there. Lies. Oh, I love it here. We have a community, you know. We're like family. Maybe we don't have as nice views as they do in Repulse Bay, but I can't imagine living anywhere else. It's no paradise, nope, but it's my home. I grew up here. How could I possibly leave? Sonny Chong. I wonder what makes people choose. Like, I want it right here. And one here. Take it wherever you want. The poor and the downtrodden find home. Community where they have a choice. A project. There were also other visions for projects. She gives them going to want a good place. We'll see. I don't bet it. It may not be help. You can see from there, Freedom Cowboys just trying to get you in trouble. Because I grew up there, you know. What it's really like is eating old broth made from rat bones because there's nothing else. It's watching. It's watching your neighbors sell their 5-year-old son to orang leggers so they don't. Oh wow, that's bad. When you die in Wall City, your neighbors cheer because they'll get the clothes off your back. I wouldn't wish the Wall City on my most enemy. Oh, that's Isabel. Okay, I wasn't reading her name. Yeah, that's her. Makes sense. I believe it's time to make our way to the mission. Which one do we make? Which mission do we make? I thought I could rename it. I don't know. Oh well. Complete a mission. I feel like going into this place. Yeah, let's do it. Yo, you're back. You probably got what you need. Just remember, you're in Wampa here. We're pretty much the best, yo. What do you want to know? Everybody can't quite. Okay. You really are new to Hong Kong, aren't you? We are Neo Matrix Collective. We run the Hong Kong Data Haven and the Kong Shadow Nets. We are the Kong Shadow Nets. Outside the corporate nets is the rest of Hong Kong, and in those shadows you'll find threads of golden light like a vast spider web that carry information. Those golden threads and that web is one paw. My buddy Redstorm roared that. Pretty wicked stuff, huh? Anyways, we're Bleeding Edge. Back to the Singularity. We're doing things no one else is doing anywhere. Except maybe Denver or Tokyo. Our homeland is the Matrix, and we're building a society of truth, expertise, information. I am more outspoken, yo. I don't need the meat space rituals. Modesty is inefficient. Is that a 1 point thing? For those of us who are most dialed, maybe. We're post-cultural. Alright, so he's kind of... I hardly see any of this meat space. Our meat space is... Headquarters is a big 20th century ship. That's totally awesome. Whatever, it's just meat space. Straight up through. Boom. Boom. Truth. In your face. What am I doing here? I am an ambassador. I broker and post services so high in these areas all over the world. Invisible network. Well, I do some work directly with Kindly, but my focus is more street level. We're all part of a big machine, each piece playing a critical role. Exactly, that's why nobody messes with the one poa. Boom! Sure we do. We run private networks. Our services are way more than most ordinary people want, though. You can get prepaid bandwidth with corporate carrier for a fraction of a million, but you're selling your soul. They monitor it. If you want to operate on monitored by corporate algorithm, you've got to fly through the one point network. It's the only place to be. Outside the corporate umbrella, anyone needs a network if they pass our... Before it's mostly extra legal element that needs her skill. Yeah, it's crazy. Full on medieval. I can't talk about it. It's a tribal matter. Control information, right? We're gonna solve it. That's all outsiders need to know. Actually, a bit. Yep. I should have seen that coming. Go to the garden and help stop that. And come back and tell me what's going on. Everybody's guessing. The others are being quiet and the rumors hub is going crazy. Outsiders don't understand us. Maybe you can if you're really smart. We're in a whole different world than most people. Like I'm seeing 3 streaming videos and live network stats in my Googles right now. Time so wasting, Wild Phoenix. I don't know where to put this stuff. Where do I put it? All right. Yeah, whatever. Oh, I'm sorry. Think we're ready. We can either do this. I'm interested, but then there's killings happening here. I think we might want to stop the killings first. But that's for. But who am I bringing with me? In addition to your team, your fixer has access to a small network of mercenary. Okay. We can hire other people, but we ain't. I want to try Ractor. I'm taking Gobbet with me. Duncan and Ractor. I'll give her a break. Outsider, Wampoa Garden, a carnival of chrome and neon, rife with every manner of technology and artifice one can imagine. The entire area has the feel of a night market, save that chips are sold in lieu of steamed buns, and vendors hog the latest drones rather than full cart. Something stalls the streets, hiding just out of sight. It stalks the Wampoan elders, the elders of the band of tech-savvy squatters that have claimed these neighbors as their own neighborhood. The street smells of ozone and fear, and those Wampoans you pass in the MTR stations have a haunted, furtive look in their eye. Well, the killer has struck only at the elders thus far. It may only be a matter of time before ordinary residents are menaced as well. She has a heal. Gotta remember that all the time. That's gonna help me a lot. And Mr. Dudio here has that guy and a custom-made weapon here. Oh, it's a kit for repairing him? Or remotely adjust coach it. Okay. Let's go. Boop, boop, boop. The smell of grilling meat rare scents. Despite the hour, there are plenty of people out and about. You can hear the calls of street vendors. Seriously, what they call the boat mall, whatever. We might have a crash on 2029 of some sort. The techno fetish tribes started squatting. No one to talk to, I guess, around here. The three screens, snippet broadcast from every corner of the world. The tiny speakers play counterpoint with the subtitles of voices speaking Parathil, Punjabi, Kazakh, and other languages. Poa, my friend, I am Elder Nick. I don't know how to say that. Nick, NG. And these are the elders, Tang and I. Yeah. Thank you so much for answering our request to help. We have nowhere else to run. We're under threat. One by one, we elders are being hunted by some monster. As you may have noticed when you arrived, there's been another killing. Just tonight. Diagnosis of the state. Servo pressure and a variety of other minutia. Here's a beating of someone who landed and stuff. I'm certain you have some questions. Ask and we'll do our best to tell you what we know. Invoker of the sprites. I commune with the spirits of machines, asking for blessings, and pass those blessings on to people here. I heal the sick and ensure the feng shui of our habitats as good as it can be, given our confines. As you watch the two shift into a complex of mathematical formula. I am the first and glorious servo. I study patterns, repair machinery, and teach others how to attune themselves to the wonders of automation. The blessed Autofab is my job. It's my shop and purview, where we make the drones and reuse as well. Really? What a fascinating and spiritual spin on things. I'd be interested in hearing more about your philosophy once we're done with the job. I think I might find your perspective to be very interesting. Voltage spike. That means I shoot people who try to screw with us. Okay. All that I can think of. We keep to ourselves. We buy and sell technology. We're not mercenaries or criminal. We're merchants and deckers. And even if someone was cheated in a deal, this kind of response is unthinkable. Whether I did this, it wasn't human. The violence and savagery. It's a monster. Our monsters too. What happened to Tong? Evisceration and dismemberment. We sent a guard to keep the people out of his shop, but he'll let you in. Sometime early tonight, he'd locked up his shop, but I stopped by to ask him about some skill chips. Yeah, the door was unlocked and inside. Inside looked like a bad horror sim, just like all the other murders. It had to have happened after sundown because I saw his shop was open when I was on my way to get some noodles for dinner. They seem welcome here. They've tried to force us several times. We do a lot of favors for local gangs and try it. Handle their matrix security, fix up their gear, and make sure they have access to Hong Kong Shadowland. So they protect us. They handle our physical security, and we make sure to send messages via the matrix. Airing the assistant chief's dirty laundry over the trip. 2 weeks ago. Gone. Eviscerated. He'd been torn apart. His head had been ripped completely off. And most of his skin flayed away. There was so much blood. It took us a week to clean out his apartment. The rest has been the same. At night, I always dismember. Each scene is like a nightmare. Every time nobody has seen anything, it's like a ghost. After you've done something in the carnival, they may have. Alright. No talking to you. No talking to you. Nobody wants. Come on, mouse. Calm down. Wow. Alright, who has to say what? Let's see. Anybody here? Talking? No? Anyone poem? Wanna say something? Speak now. I guess not. That's all right. We're going. Portal Lamb, is the other told you be coming? They tell you what happened to Tongue? Yep, that's rich. The cops will use two shits and the kids are not hard enough. Something else entirely. This isn't kill. This is slaughtered like a fatted calf. Watch yourself. There's a mess in there. Alright. Tongue Sanctuary Carnival looks like a scene out of a B-grade slasher film. The cloying scent of incense hangs thick and pungent in the air, emanating from the small shrine in the corner of the shop. Unfortunately, it does nothing to cover up the reek of death and clotted blood. Despite the ragged remnants of Elder Tongue littering the floor, the rest of the shop appears to be in good order, at least at first glance. Nothing is broken, tipped over, or otherwise ransacked. As you're about to step further into the room, you glance at the ceilings and wall. The blood from Tongue's body isn't just confined to where his remains lie. Dry and bloody spread about the walls and ceilings as well. Ooh. It's a ruined mess. They destroyed ruin of his face, barely recognizing, and what is left of his body is savage. And a pile of okay. The rags and tissues, cuts and tears. At this point, the only thing holding what's left of his body is the thin fiber optics of his cyberware. Sweet heaven, Wild Phoenix. I haven't seen anything like that since Aunty Wong tried to stash some crystics in a devil's rat nest. It takes a lot to turn my stomach, but we sure have a winner today. This is messed up. I second that. This isn't a murder. It's more like a feeding frenzy. If it weren't for the skin, I'd say Tongue stepped on a goddamn mine or something. Who do I use? I ask Rector. Curious, no subdermal bruising where the skin has been removed. No sign of a struggle. Coagulation of blood and lividity marks a time of death between 2 and 4 hours ago. The knife marks are methodical. The killer doesn't seem to have been interested in preserving the skin as any kind of hole. It was removed a bit like one fillets of fish. The path of least resistance. Some of the strips of skin has more ragged edges than all of the ragged edges look consistent with a claw rather than a blade. He knows his stuff. His neck's been severed between the 5th and 6th cervical vertebrae. Scoring across the bone indicates a bladed weapon and a sharp one. If I had to guess, I'd say he was killed with a blow to the back of the neck. Everything else was subsequent damage. Honestly, I have no idea. Perhaps whatever did the rest of the damage was secondary, an action of opportunity or the like. Without further information, I'm not coming. Guessing. Have Govett sends the body. You're the boss, boss. There's no fear, no anger. Satisfied feeling, he never saw it coming. Whoever did it was professional about it, which is pretty odd because nobody is professional about eviscerating a body. I don't know what the killer was after Tongue, but definitely wasn't any kind of mindless creature or even someone particularly passionate. It was somebody who planned this and executed it and was glad about it. Business as usual. The walls are covered in splattered and smeared blood, most of which has hardened into a crusty congealed paste. Thick tracks of it runs laterally. It looks like the blood has been deliberately smeared. Hey, Wild Phoenix, I don't know a whole lot about science or all that, but I know what blood looks like when it hits a wall. This isn't natural. Somebody deliberately smeared blood all over this wall. See how it looks like it got paint trails? That's because somebody used tongue parts like a brush. Do I look like a psychologist to you? Maybe because they're a freak. Maybe they're one of those 6 serial killers that sees their murders as art. I got no clue. All I know is that what normal blood looks like on a wall, and this ain't it. Hey, you think that's strange? You ought to see the kind of sims that are coming out of Kolkata this day. They took that poly POV tech and then collapsed all the carrier signals into one POV. You're like 4 people at once. Like jobs, you know, where they kill one of the POV. 6 stuff. Oh. Well, what is in here? Where is in the door? Okay. What does the computer say? They removed the hard drive, huh? Or something. You're seeing tungsten have been hacked to remove the big controller levels from the chip. It's been burning. Video shows the delta waves. Okay. Indicates all the files and burn chips should have been stored on the missing drives and whatever was it needed to be. Somebody's cleaned out the stash. It's a murder mystery. This is like Scooby-Doo. Hey stranger, nice to see you. CP Toe Tag at your service. How are you liking Wampum Garden? And if I can. This is my home, at least for the time being, and I'd like to stop these killings. I thought, yeah, you're my replacement. The others had me out of two. I was left of Elder Gan and Elder Nagamura after they got ripped, but I didn't want to dig any deeper. So since I don't know you and I can smell the Shadowrunner a mile away, you've got to be the outside of the ass to stop these killings, right? Very astute, that's right. See, I got you guys. If you're in the market for replacement, only slightly used, and they don't come on $35, I swear, man, I kill myself. Are you kidding me? I keep the weapons held. They gotta practice blind chins, pretty good. Cyber dog, okay. I did my residency back in the UCAS. Could have become a real MD too if things hadn't gone south for unrelated reason. So he's he's full of cyber chrome. I also deck a little, but I'm better at slicing skin than I see. On Power Garden seems like a good fit for me. Well, they're an eclectic bunch, that's for sure. Where to start? The spiritual leader here, she's the voice one wants. A lot closer friends or followers into some. Okay. It's a culture who grew up here but never called to me. Still, she makes a dang fine pot of tea. Ips the Muscle has an encyclopedic knowledge of cyber and malware. A good guy to have watching your back, not too friendly, but you get a lot of cyber people start wondering if you'll tear their arms off. He's got moves straight out of Blood Carnival 3 The Reckoning. Terrible movie, but great fighting choreography. That Stang, I think he's even weirder on some level. I don't know much about him, but I think he's got some kind of fetish for automation. Found in cooing over some trysts of automated delivery drones in a warehouse once. He works with drones, had a shop called the Blessed Out of App. He was raving about the efficiency of the movement patterns or something. You already know about Tongue, Ransoms, BTLs, kill chips. Gan used to be a city planner before he had a nervous breakdown and got involved in statistical analysis. Nakamura came from Fukuoka and was interested in entertainment, trade mostly. Spent a lot of time analyzing subliminals in ads. And there was Magpie. She was the chief decker, hot as hell against IC, and built her own hardware. Salty old woman, though. Never met anyone who was quite as shrill or nasty when she was mad. She was mad most of the time. She didn't. Maybe a month ago, she just up and disappeared. I went to her shop one day and she just wasn't open. Nobody's seen her since. Kind of a pain in the ass too. She owed me some neo-analyze software she picked up. No idea. One day she was here, the next poof. At first I thought she was on vacation since she had mentioned wanting to see the Kingdom of Hawaii. Kingdom of Hawaii. But I didn't feel right. She would have at least told me she was leaving. Seems mighty suspicious to me. Nobody else seems to care what happened to her. Probably because she pissed them all so bad. You might want to check out her shop. It's all locked up, but the other elders have a spare key. Couldn't hurt to look around, even though MacP was always butting heads with the other elders. They wouldn't have any reason to not let you in. MacP and the others never saw eye to eye. She was contrary for the sake of it. Most of the rest had a grand vision for what they wanted this neighborhood to become. MacP just wanted to deck. She was only an elder because they needed someone with her matrix chops. The last big argument was between her and GAP and Nakamura. It was over something relatively trivial. I think Nakamura wanted to expand the pirate trade business into the Matrix. She just absolutely refused. That's exactly it. She gave Nakamura an earful, let me tell you. She said something about not using a valuable bandwidth for trivial entertainment BS. Anyway, it went from there into this rant about how she was going to let Tang expand his drone business any further because it would get too much megacorp attention. They accused her of blocking them just because she could, which is probably true. Lots of screaming. Everybody needs her matrix skills for the businesses to run properly. There are other deckers, Misei or Mo Nevi, but she had the infrastructure. If their project didn't interest her, she wouldn't even give him the time of day. She's a real hardhead about having her time wasted, but she figures if she's not interested in something, it has no value objectively. Kind of a major blind spot, if you ask me. No can do. Because I don't want the book, you don't have the key, you'd have to get it from Ip. And once you took back to disappear, it's not as good at it as she is, or as I am, but they're not gonna let anyone who isn't an elder take care of that kind of critical stuff. Pretty gruesome business. Gan died from a broken neck. Looked like someone had wrenched it around. And his arms and legs were cut off. Some skin flayed away too. We saw that thing. Yeah. Throat ripped by someone with a pretty sharp teeth. They were right, but the teeth were all from something with humanoid jaw. I didn't look at J-Tuned. From what I saw at the distance, it was the same story. As for tongue, all over again. Okay, yeah. BTL and Saber is okay. He wanted someone around. Nice guy, friendly with everyone. Never had anyone mad at him. There's no justice. I don't know, but he was attacked at the back of the neck. Not at all. Coming on the edge, people's dying, nothing new but flay skin. It sounds possible that whoever's been killing the elders is trying to muddy the waters with all the blood and gore business. This is the crime of an intelligent, careful killer. Be careful. This investigation might take you somewhere very unpleasant. See ya, Zippy. We are detectives. Shadowrunners doing detective job. That's great. Alright, where I need the key. Give me the key. Her departure from the One Point isn't related to your investigation. It happened before the killings began. I'm certain she's just off sulking somewhere. No doubt she'll come waltzing back next month, all full of attitude that life dared to go on without asking her permission. If she does, we'll welcome her back. Despite our problems with her behavior, her skills make her extremely valuable. I've taken over the maintenance of our matrix infrastructure in her absence, but I'm nowhere near her level. The best I can do is ensure nothing breaks down until she returns. Yeah, but that's a lot of sensitive equipment in there, including our community service. We don't let anyone who's not on one point. But we do need to go look around there. Ah, wow. No, no, no. Wait. It won't let me. I need to go in there. How? There's gotta be a way. Which is no particular. So I'm not gonna help you with their friend. You're throwing off my game and trying to beat the best score. Shooters wise, there's also smite. Piss on your ma. Alright, robbery. That was right there. You don't seem like them 1 points are all might touch, yeah? Maybe you are too, but you don't advertise like they do. What's your story? Born and raised in Dublin, down on the banks of Liffey, spent most of the year there. Degree movement, okay. Spent a lot of time in the county of Dublin, Wicklow. Making sure the bud new species. Nasty populated, run amok populated. Kelpies. We enact small thing. I keep magic from working when I'm around. Spells don't go. Spirits fall apart and their parkour is get real feisty, yeah? To make things worse, it's around the time Liam Connor have a woman guarding us inside. This is just mundane, but also killed magic around her. So I got fired. Everybody getting fired in here. Bullshit. Isn't that kind of thing, but okay. I've always been sympathetic to the little guy in a fight. Smuggling, running guns, making contacts in Europe, same kind of shite all revolutionary groups do. Seeing as how we own a fam, or me own fam got kicked out of their house, I was glad to do it. I still work for him these days, but there's not a lot less of it. I game hunter. I get into strange places, kind of pirate critter. Bullet at it. Only the nasty ones though. No point in hunting that talus scatter, so it's only things like gargoyles, barkheads, and whatnot. All the work I did with them and my youth does a good job keeping me alive. Okay, she was hunting some sort of vampire. Okay. And their head goes out of this, buddy. Took me a solid 2 months to track her down, but I did. Once the job was done, I asked myself, okay, Rainbow. Answer to, so Hong Kong. Oh, they queue, what's it? Big concentration of, okay. I hear rumors of a rat king down here, there, where a mess of devil rats get all tied together into some kind of big, awful rat beast. Haven't tracked it down yet, but I figure it's only a matter of time. I think, okay, show me what you have. I don't have money, so. Oh, a suit, huh? Graphene, composites, dilatants affords certain unique perspective when designing. High fashion body armor. Okay. Goodbye, ma'am. Good for use. Good for use. Fine, we're done here. Guess I can't get the key. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but that really sucks. I messed up that one, huh? Aha, soy calf. Call me the Marigo. I'm not one of the one pawns, but I'm here long enough that they don't think twice about me being here. What have you found so far? Professional curiosity. I used to be the New York Police Department as part of the Trauma Surgical Research Division, part of the CSI branch. Except I did the magical investigation while the other guys pulled prints and checked blood samples. Okay. Okay. You know what it's like to feel all that sickness and anger every day, to be asked to pick up a murder weapon and relieve someone's dead, feel it going through your neck, bleeding in the voice of a dead woman for a killer to spare you. This day I'd rather interrogate the living, thanks. Sure, if you're appraising antiques or trying to find where a lost cat went, but turning that on murder scenes is an invitation to horrors beyond. I bet using the astral plane to relive a murder. I can read object assault psychometry. A little trick I managed to pick up. Don't really know how. I hold something, I can tell you what happened to it, who owned it, how it killed someone, if someone loved it or was afraid of it. Useful, but it'll tax your heart. Before you ask, no, I'm not going to read anything you find. I already told Indy I didn't want any part of it. You want advice? I'll give you that, but I'm not getting drawn further in that. Sorry for that. You know, almost 2 years I'm on a site and I really. Okay. What kind of forces? Yeah, they're almost repeating similarly what they are, what they do. Magic, okay. Apes. And for everybody else, they tend to be an okay bunch of his trains. His crush deck, okay. Out of half shops. Pretty high quality. Okay. I started a couple weeks ago. Was first to go. And he asked if I could look into them. Let's rip apart. Arms spreads out of their sockets. Skin flayed away. A bit clean death. Okay. Okay, so the cop's not supposed to be there, but he saw them here. Interesting. Parking garage near here, and there was some kind of gunfight. Never made it back out. When backup showed up, the one poem chased him away. That's exactly the kind of question you should be asking, and that the elders refuse to answer. Go take a look for yourself if you want. Watch out though, a gang's taking up residents in there dealing drugs. The Red Spear, not too violent if you don't push them. That's a precision attack. Most knife fights end up with a lot of shallow cuts and blood over the victim and attacker alike. If Tongue was killed by a single strike, he definitely wouldn't have seen it coming. You can bet your last new whoever is killed. that says to me that the attack is either a professional hitman or a practiced serial killer. It could be both, too. Assassins don't tend to be the most empathetic people. Was the attack a thrust or a cut? It was a slash. If the wound was a thrust, your attacker was using a knife of some kind. Anything over about 10 inches will be pretty hard to thrust with at that kind of angle. The next too high for a longer blade. If it's a slash, you're looking at a sword or a cleaver. Both of those are popular with the triads. That's not what I would expect with the amount of mess that's seen. Okay. It wasn't a crime of passion, a planned attack. Okay, possible gore. I wanted to go someone and get away with it. I tried to point the finger at some kind of monster. Ask yourself this: if the mutilation happened after Tong's death, why would a killer perform that kind of ritual? Don't feel perfectly about it, in my experience. It tends to feel more like they're taking communion. It's a religious or sensual feeling most of the time. If this didn't feel that way, I don't think the killer is actually pathological. Okay. Interesting some dango, takoyaki, maybe a nice nikoman. That's a pork bun with a Japanese twist. Any kind of tasty Japanese treat you can imagine, I've got it. Maybe some curry fish balls are your speed. Kate, I will give you your heart's desire, providing that desire's on the menu. Let me get some dango. Who wishes my command? Sweet and salty flavor. Sesame seeds and soy. The balls inside are pleasantly warm, surprisingly chewy, and a bit like eating raw dough. So what brings you to Wampo Garden? I haven't looked too closely though. It's none of my business. You like them? I love street operas. Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Indonesian. It doesn't matter this way. Okay. We're learning a little bit about him. The stream from the Matrix and resell them out cheap out there. I wish I could pay the bills. My food card's a lot better than that. I don't know why, but most of the other one poem seems to like sim over trid. They don't know why they're missing though. One episode of the 1,000. That's a lot of movies talking about 1,000 Cranes of Autumn, and we don't know these movies because they're from this universe, I guess. I'm just at the part where Orin has confessed her love to Takayama, but he's got to get his mech suit out of the front lines. Downright heartbreaking. I have no idea. 312 episode chronicling a noble mech pilot and a tumultuous love affair he has with a space station governor's daughter. The pathos, the majesty, the Battle of Lagrange 1 spans 5 episodes just by itself. He's a geek. I like this guy. I don't know who doesn't want to see a treat show about a giant flying robots. I've got to stop myself, okay? It's gonna tell me a little bit of the same that we've read. Crazy tech, she summons spirits, craftier, magically. No, I don't think so. She's just really good with people. He's a killer, cybernetic. Drones, frankly, I find him. Dark knowledge, okay, boring. Any thought about the murders? Ignore them. I saw the crowd down at the tongues kind of early today, but I didn't know the guy very well. I'm a Trid fan. He liked The Sims, not a lot of crossovers between us. Good talk, I guess. I wanted to go to her store. This sucks. This really sucks. How there? Look like a woman understands the value. He called me a hoe? I'm kidding. Let's see, they run up in here sometimes, but don't check out their parking garage. Okay, step light. They don't know you. Okay. Police in the garage. The jeans, so I didn't set it directly, but okay. Special because we're always looking for a scapegoat. Why would the elders let him? No one else. She ran with the Deckers, mostly since she dealt with chips. She was hard to work with. CP knows. Okay, we talked about it. Little pirates that tried legitimate business. So a little bit of what we've heard again in the past. Same. Anything about the murders. I'm really interested in her place because they don't want me to see it for some reason. For bootless of Echelon 60 of these Ian Keys double. Hey man, don't get down on Echelon 60. I saw them when they played that unlicensed show at the old Choco Tart factory. Okay, she likes them. Only is already being mainstream. I saw a trade ad for the new Mitsubishi Ostro scooter, and they were using main volt under bus as backing music. Moy Nebi at your service, Decker Technology music fan. You're not from out here, okay? Oh, so what brings you here? But it seems like a really bad scene. I like this place. I'm a Decker. I'm pushing code in their servers. I have my own place before the Florida was the kind of. Let me guess, he got fired. Okay, found out the company wasn't what I thought it was. Should they pay me well and kept me in the creature comforts? But I accidentally looked over some misfiled reports while cleaning out a company data store. Turns out one of the company's security riggers had gotten drunk and blabbed about some project, other being over budget and behind schedule. That's not good. You'd be a fireable offense, right? Well, I guess upper management was worried about info would hurt their stocks ratings by a fraction of a point or two, so they fired the guy with a 308 round. Well, that's not necessarily firing him, but that was still tens of millions of neon. I guess that went beyond firing a fan directly into murder. I guess I ended up saying because I could get a semblance of community out here and I couldn't get that many other places. Turbosaur, believe me, the cutting edge. Maybe it's not as advanced as the stuff Megas have. Okay. Okay, so market similar to what we've heard here, not Neo, Red Dragons. So how about playing the angles? Yep. This can exchange, okay. Know anything about the murders? I'm not connected enough to hear anything important. Okay. And now we don't. Okay. She's hateful, true to old Badger person. It was always her way or the highway. She butt heads with the other. Okay. Matrix gear. It's pretty nice. Same what we've read before of her. Okay. Did you want to know? Okay, Zippy. Zippy. I need help getting into that room, Zippy. Who do I talk to? Who do I talk to? It tells me that I can go down here, but I can't, right? Yeah. I can't get the key anymore, can I? Oh. We generally don't let the police into one poor guardian, true, but in this case we made an exception. The police were very polite and offered to look the other way over some of our deals with the Loho. They also made it clear that if we refused, they might not only take an interest in our deals with the pirates, they would call in special units. Okay. If it's true, yeah. I'll drive off special units as well, but the cost in blood will be too high. They didn't say, we didn't ask. Isn't exactly forthcoming about their business, and we found that less we know about their interests, the safer we are. As far as I know, they went into the parking garage. There was a gunfight, and the police never came out. More showed up after a few hours later looking for the missing officers. We didn't let those in, though. We just delivered what was left of the bodies to them. We're willing to allow the group of 4 in because they asked politely. When the reinforcement arrived, there were over 30 of them. We couldn't risk the rest of the police setting up camp in our streets. It would have been a circus. I really want to get in there, dang. What did I do? No keys for me. I guess we gotta go in here and kill some people. No worries. That's what we do. People will be died. Meow. Oh, here we go. Bloody stain. I want to check that out, but this is all blocked. Therefore, we gotta talk. That's far enough, lady. There's lots of turf. If you're looking for a fix, you're welcome to trade. If you're not here for business, clear the hell out. Try wander on our turf, we're gonna have to air you out. So what do you say? You looking for a little pick-me-up? A little nitro to give you some pep? Maybe you want some chips. Take that etch up. You want it, I got it. Woman, are you deaf? What the heck did I tell you? No? Okay. As far as I know, some police showed up looking for somebody. They got in here, all of them got killed. Whoever they were, was after a long going by the time they showed up. Used to be a lot of Wampons living here. They all cleared out. Nothing much. I'll tell you what, though. I've got a guy named Kang, and he was down in the storm drain system last week. Something was moving down there, big too, man size, but it wasn't speaking any language. Kang understood. Kid beat feedback here as fast as he could. Storm drain key, the way out. You want to go looking for whatever it was, you have to get a new key from somebody else. Kang stole. Porter Lamb. Somewhere between a cup and a hand in a man. Alpha woman, critical level managed to scam a key. He said, okay. I guess that's fair. It's like this. Broken Thumb Wen was walking down the street, sees the guys go into Tongue Joint. Right at closing time, tall guy hunts over, had this gray rain poncho. Okay. 15 whole minutes, guy comes out, hustle on the street, nobody saying boo. I figured he was waiting for an EBB in the crowd. June sees some blood smeared on the floor though. Let's check it out inside, total carnage. Okay, we know that. Killer, tall guy. Okay. Oh well. This is all we'll be waiting for, right? The fight, the big fight. I had to do it. Love that music. No way. Dang it. All right, there we go. Woo! I'm in trouble. I'm in serious trouble. This is not good. That was close. Close. I had to though. I don't want him to get in my way. Now I'm pretty weakened out on this battle, so let's see. Well, so we gotta go ahead from the one point to move to the parking garage. Whatever fight happened there was really spooked. Has really spooked the locals, and they're suspicious about moving back into a place that could be filled with angry ghosts. It's a bunch of bull, but whatever. Bottom line is, we have a new place to set up shop. The only request is that we pay percentage of our sales back to them, and we keep anyone nosy out of our turf. Works for me. I don't know where Kang is. Last I heard from him, he was checking out the storm drains looking for a place to use as a drop. So we won't have to stash all the ship out here in the garage. When he came back up, he said something about seeing a monster down there. He described it as a man-sized but covered in gore and speaking some kind of monster language. He dropped the key, so we know about that. Okay. I can take this flat in sand poke. Fortunately, that means we don't have any more keys to the drum stand. I know that Porter Lamb has some. Maybe you could ask him. The rainbows might. Okay. I don't know if any of you heard about the elders being picked up by one, but they've been nice enough to let us chop up here. I don't want to get mixed up with whatever politics. Okay. The only good thing to come out of all this is that we picked up Tongue BTLs. They admitted it, and they're dead. We did it. I'm not sure I'm ready to go down there, to be honest. I am. We're all out of heals. Out of heals. We are in trouble. Yes, we are. Blood. Call this scene bloody would be to do it as a disservice. This was a massacre, tremendous proportions. Look at this wild phoenix. This Christ looked at it from a long-bladed weapon. Spooky! With bullet holes in the walls and cars around here, they must have just been spraying wildly. Fight this man in close range. Closer, the red color being. That's for Ractor right there. He knows a lot of languages. Well, they won't have a problem anymore. I cleaned house, so that's good. If I could get some heals, I hope I don't end up in a big fight or something. See you later. Did this. Did not get this. Did. Ah. This sucks. Bum, 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 bum. So? Whoa. Oh my god, too crazy for me, too crazy. I think there was some good stuff in that room, in Maggie's room. Who else could have a key? Not him. Oh, Janabi. Maybe to her room. Nobody here has that name. There's the Marigo. They didn't give me the key, so I guess. Okay. With a blade. Whoever they're looking for, they're no common killers. Sounds like your killer is the same as the police for that certain. The heaviest a close race come out on top, at least not any pension of blades. You got your killer. Alright, he's helping. Here we go. Oh, I don't like this already. It's too scary, man. Okay. That is something. Hello, serial killer. You got that right. Looking close to the pile, it's severe forehand tattoos, Slavic language. Back of the hand, this is cool. This arm belonged to a vor. These are criminal tattoos. Lighthouse shows he tried to escape from prison or plan to. The word says all police are dogs. What's a vor? A vor is a thief. The Vori versus Sakon is the name of the organization. Thieves in law. They have its strict codes and police their own. But they don't sever arms or leave them in a pile of gore. Okay. He knows. He knows a lot. Come on, mouse, behave. It's too spooky down here. Yarosa says the boat will be ready tomorrow morning. He's getting everything arranged with the port authority. We move the goods to this warehouse. Behind the loading, I'll be glad to be done with this filthy place. I will too. I hate having to hide in these damn drains. Things down here. And the devil rats running down the walk, which is a mess and is disgraceful. We shouldn't have to put up with this BS. And Alexander still isn't back from his little trip. I'll have to leave him behind if he doesn't get back soon. I know, Galina, until Andre says we're in the clear from the triads, we can't be seen with the goods on the streets. They find us, we go back to Vladivostok in sausage casing. Those red dragons Muraki don't screw around when it comes to protecting this stuff. Who knows? Maybe Alexander was stupid and they caught him. Either way, we'll have to lug this crap out of the drains with a few kicks. I don't want to fight. I'm not ready to fight. We break them, Vasily, and we have a hammer to spike through. So anyone who... just stay where you are. You think we're afraid of those little worms? You think we're afraid of you? Don't make me laugh. We could be out here before I even realize you're missing. Think the Hurricanes will give it? I don't think so. Make a move, poopy head. Give me a reason to put you down. You talk things you so hard I kill trash like you every damn night. You think I give it? No, that concern me. So why the hell should we let you leave? Because I know what happened to Alexander. I promise. Where is he? The serial killer I'm looking for killed him. Right forearm, lighthouse tattoo, Russian words underneath that. On the back of the hand, a skull inside a square. Sounds familiar? Seen it on him. You're right, that is the act of someone very sick. We can talk peacefully, but keep your hands where I can see them. Even on the murders, we haven't bothered to come out against soy cap like it's none of our business and it's in problems. We found a key card for a stock room located behind Mrs. Yang's Jade Mountain restaurant. We went to check it out. We thought there might be something valuable in there. A little extra money for our time spent. Down there in the drain. Yes. Ooh! We got the Magpie's key. I'm glad that this didn't turn out in a fight because I can't handle a fight right now. Yes, there were several of them in box. We just popped the lock off and took them all. Here, we don't have a time for this. We have to move this gear. You wanna play detective? Go right ahead. Ooh, that was tense. That was tense. It could have ended badly. Whoa. I think Magpie got died. Maybe. I don't know. It's Magpie. Thunderstorm rain. Well, I guess she didn't disappear after all. At least not in the way I thought. That's where you found her. She's got to be dead. So why would the killer not make a mess like it did with the others? That's what I aim to find out. Good. This thing is getting weirder and weirder. Someone killed my friend. You find him. You make him hurt for me. See you later. Let me ask you something, Sippy. See you later. Is this the shop? Yes, it is. We're about to discover more things in this detective mission. It's been quite a long mission. We'll do the other ones tomorrow, or maybe one mission at a. There's a lot of reading, so it gets pretty involved. We're doing good though. We're making progress. What's in here? I don't want to eat the meat. I don't think that'd be a good idea. If okay, examine the charms. 1 inch, 3 inches. Inside each appears to be a folded paper prayer or fortune written in Japanese. Examine the paper, fan. East Asian city from the 19th century or earlier. Curved fruits, sunset, deep blue river. Click in the distance. Ah! No. Wait, dude. Wait, dude. Hold on. See, I got the Give the Max Street show. Why isn't this checked? I don't get it. Oh, I'm not in Max P shop. I'm in this guy's hideout. This is a ghoul. Gaichu. The ghost blind eyes search back and forth with regards. Ah, hired gun, no doubt. Brought to bear against me by the 1 point elders, I mean by which they can lift the curse plaguing them. I salute your tenacity, but I wonder, will you hear me out before raising your weapon to kill me? You don't seem interested in eating me. Yes, I am not only talking, I am reasoning as well, and since you have not attempted to kill me, your own higher faculties are engaged. I am a curiosity to you. You wish to know not only what I am, but what I have done, as for who you may call me Gaichu. You are correct. I have killed all the 1 point elder to date. The only elder Macpi was according to my initial plan. I regret the deaths of the other elders, but it was necessary. The first began simply enough. As you may surmise, I am not someone who can be seen in public without great risk. Wampoa Garden is an excellent place to hide. No police or triad present, and minimal interest in things that lurk in the shadows. Unfortunately for me, Elder Angie discovered me through communing with her spirits. Rather than kill or chase me away, she came to me with a proposition. Ah, that's dirty. And yeah, the other elders were having problems with one of the number. An elder named Magpie had been holding many of their plans hostages and would not budge. They could not remove Magpie, however, because their services were too useful to the Wampoans at large, and he offered me payment to dispose Magpie, and I accepted. Why the heck are we talking to this thing while Phoenix is a ghoul and you know what they're like? Really? What? Pray tell am I like? You wanna crack jokes, you cannibal? You're the kind of monster that devoured a family just because it's convenience. Remember the 162s? Well, Phoenix is just like them. Like, that makes a bit of a difference. Go on then talk to the monster, but I'm keeping my finger on the trigger. I believe that we were speaking of the other plans to kill Magpie. Surely you must be a little curious about that. As they avoid awkward questions about her whereabouts. I was thorough in disposing of her as our contract stipulated. She was to simply disappear without a trace. A task that was easy enough to accomplish. I disposed of bodies by emptying the blood in her bathroom. Then I cut her out into more portable pieces. Wow. Those were placed in a plastic tarp which I took to the storm drains and hid. It's unfortunate, but my survival depends upon consumption of raw meta-human flesh. Letting certain nourishments go to waste will be a foolish error. I contacted the others not in person on Chris and they arranged to exchange payment. Assumed that since the job was done, Angie would be a woman of her word. I was mistaken. So he got bamboozled. The rules you used, the elder never showed up. Instead, several members of the Hong Kong. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That was the whole deal with the police. They were more heavily armed than usual, so I suspect they knew something of my nature. And my hands, yes, my blindness precludes the use of ranged weapon, unfortunately, since I was an excellent shot before I became infected. But my skills in grappling and kenjutsu have only increased. A battle of swords is a clash of souls. Mine was stronger than theirs, and they perished. A betrayal of that sort cannot stand. Not only was I not paid for my time and effort, The one point elders treated me like a common animal, and I am so much more than that. Reputation is everything, and I have done, and I had none. I had hoped to build a network of contacts so that I would be more able to continue finding work. But with that treachery, my hopes were dashed. I decided to become the monster that they feared. One by one, I have eliminated them. They know how to contact me and could have ended their nightmare at any time by making amends. I would have asked for more money, but I would have seized my hunt. Yet they did not. Instead, they contacted you, no doubt asking you to eliminate me where the police had failed. So I ask you, what now? What would you do? Would you attempt to finish where the one point started, or would you treat me with the same humanity I have shown you? Is this from your armor? Ah, yes, I felt ragged edge from my shoulder blade. I assume it was removed from one of the police. Shot me with his rifle. The hazards of war includes unkempt attire. Some of them, not all. My condition requires that I consume raw meat to human flesh. I do not require a great deal to survive, perhaps 3 to 4 pounds per week. Consequently, there is vastly more supply than demand. Any number of reasons. They are notorious cheapskates and will always try to save money when dealing with outsiders. It could be their natural inclination towards profit. They may regard me as subhuman and therefore unworthy of respect. It could be that they felt I was too dangerous to allow to live. It could even be that they simply did not like me. The net result is the same, however. They reneged on a deal we brokered and attempted to have me killed. A message must be sent. Blood must be paid. As they have hired you to kill me, they have obviously not learned their lesson. Kill the rest of the elders and anyone else they send to exterminate. It's a matter of survival. Should I ever have the opportunity to work freelance again, potential employers need to understand the price of betrayal. These murders are my curriculum vitae. In revenge. On what then? What would you do? How will this story end? Come and work with me. I can be your face. A curious offer. And what of the elders? Would you allow me the satisfaction of killing them? I want to say what they have to say first. I will counsel you to not believe their words, but you have the sound of one who is wary as a matter of course. Very well. Let us wait until a bit later in the night. Most pedestrians will be on the street, and it will be easier for us to approach the one point without being noticed. No! No. I gotta go to her shop. Hold on. Where's her shop? I need to. Please. Please. Where's her shop? I got the key, I think. Yeah. Where the heck is her shop? Have I not unlocked her shop or something? What? Well, I'm severely confused, I guess. MacPeak's stockroom. Where is MacPeak's stockroom? That's the question. That's the $1 million question. I guess this is a point of no return. This is MacPeak's stockroom. Oh, no. I was in the right place. So I went here. Did they change something here? I swear I would go to her room and find like a lot of hard drives or something. I don't know. I guess. Look, here's the reality. Everything is on the check. We finished the mission. We have completed the mission. We have acquired another team member, I think. I don't know that I can allow him to kill the rest of the elders, though. That would probably be very problematic. What are you doing? You brought this thing into our home. Oh, that's Elder. Quick, I'll kill it before he kills us. Yeah, I have to say, this isn't a good idea. Why the heck is a ghoul in here? And why is it wearing armor? Calm yourself. I am not an it, and your elders know this intimately. Good evening, Elder Enyi. I can smell your fear, and I'm glad of this. It means you are learning the price of betrayal. Whoa, whoa, what the heck is going on here? Can someone explain to me why the ghoul is talking? Gaishu had a contract with the elders and they betrayed them. You dare to accuse of us conspiring with a monster? You're insane. The idea is preposterous. I'm interested to hear what kind of evidence you have to support this theory, well, Phoenix. As far as I can tell, the monster killed Tong and the others, and what makes him a threat? Do you believe this mermaid? This creature that feasts on metahuman flesh, that kills and dismembers our tribesmen? You are a naive and foolish woman if this is the case. What proof do you have that Magpie is dead? In the matter where an elder is accused of breaking our law, the other elders generally judge them. In matters where all of them have been accused, I am authorized to act as a judge. Make your case, Shadowrunner. This is definitely Elder Magpie's. If you found it in the storm drains, that's suspicious, but hardly proof on its own. Of course it's not proof. The number of such things lost down those drains in Hong Kong must number in the tens of thousands per year. While unusual, it's hardly evidence of foul play. That may be unlikely, but it's hardly impossible. You haven't established that the elders were involved. All you've done is make suppositions about it. What proof do you have that we hired and betrayed this creature? I won't sit by and listen to idle accusations without any kind of concrete. Okay. What about the fight with the police? How do you mean? What does that have to do with the elders and the ghoul? The police were polite and asked our permission to enter. They were hunting at one point. That was the reason for us. Nope. That doesn't add up, NG. Why would the police ask? It's good to have her talk. Yep. They've never been polite before, and they've always tried to force their way in here. It just doesn't ring true to me. Did you ask them to come in order to hunt down this ghoul? Preposterous, Porter. You know what our community is like. We wouldn't lie over something like this. This ghoul has been lying the entire time, trying to cover his track. He so brutally murdered several elders. That's true. Those murders were vicious and cruel. I don't see any way to explain that way. This ghoul is a monster, and how he killed Tong and the others. That's correct. I struck a single blow while his back was to me. His death was instant. Regrettable that he had to die for your folly, NG, but necessary to protect my reputation. You cannot believe what these people say. They are not to be trusted, and even if it's true, he still killed Tong. Maybe so, NG, but a monster will not take Tong's suffering to account. He may be a killer, but he's not heartless. I struck Tong down with a single blow from my sword. The messmate of the body was to send the elders a message, but I had no desire to make Tong suffer. At any time, NG and the other elders could have made amends, and the killing would have ended. Instead, they hired a Shadowrunner to kill me. It's not about cruelty, it's about sending a message. That's not what I would have expected. Looking at the body, you killed him before you dismembered him? That's right. And I killed the other elders in a similar fashion. There was no cause to prolong their suffering. The message was for the living elders. If the elders wished to treat me like a monster, I would have terrorized them like one until they paid reparations for their mistakes. Come on, you can't possibly believe this crazy story. It's absolutely insane. The scene of Tongue's murder, like the other, was a deliberate sham. It was made to look more horrific than it was. I believe you. The blood smear on the wall, the removal of his skin, that scene's designed to evoke horror, not the scene of an actual fight. Elders? What do you have to say in response? This is a farce. We have dedicated ourselves to protect the Wampoan tribe and everybody who lives in Wampoan Garden. Do you really believe outsiders and monsters over our word? We who have only tried to end the killings. You've been duped, Porter. You and this Shadowrunner. I concur. Porter, you know me. You know the kind of person I am. I wouldn't be party to the killing of another elder. I can't believe we're even entertaining the notion that we have to defend ourselves. We should be disposing of this gold instead. If you think I'll forget this, you're sorely mistaken. I will not tolerate this kind of insult. The elders were all too happy to have the red spears moving to the garage, almost like they wanted to keep everyone curious about the fight away. That's right, IP. You even told me not to go find out what happened with the fight. You said the red spear gangers were moving in and to leave them alone. Why would you tell me not to look into it? I was only trying to protect you from the red spears. They're dangerous, which is why I wanted to deal with them directly. Alright, I think I have some idea what's going on here. And what do you believe the real story is? The waters are muddy on this matter. The ghost seems to be telling some of the truth, and I respect that. The fact remains he is a dangerous creature who has killed many of our number. Our law is clear on this. He must die. You seem to be blameless in this, Wolf Phoenix. What do you say to this decision? I'm not gonna let you kill Gaishu. Then you two must die. Ip. Ah, no. I'm not ready for this. This is not cool at all. I can't. There we go. What? Oh, that's tough. That's not good. That's not good. That is not good. That is seriously not good. I'm gonna die here. I'm not gonna let myself die though. Not gonna happen. Well, cheeseburgers. Okay, that's one less person. Always good. We don't necessarily have to worry too much about the drone if we kill this guy. Porter Lamb, what we gonna do with you, Porter Lamb? You make a mistake, my man. I did not want to kill the wampums. I did not want to do this. At least I kept someone alive. Maybe this will help. Shoot. Ah, boy. I'm gonna get yelled at. It is accomplished. No more betrayers alive. No more worry. Others may think they can take advantage of me. Lead the way. I look forward to our new business partnership. We left him alive. I don't know that we're gonna have a lot of trouble there. So I'm hoping that helps. Oh boy. I'm gonna get yelled at so bad. I mean, best to leave as quick as possible. Don't even talk to anybody. Whoops. Well, what happened was the MTR rockets noiselessly towards Hawaii along the edge of the Kowloon Bay. The black water glitters in the night with the light of 1,000 reflected storefronts. Gaichu stares sightlessly out of the window, one hand pressed to the glass. The Wampum's elders are dead. They forced your hand and paid the price for it. The story was cleverly crafted a lie, meant to put the gold to death for their greed, but was the trade you made worth it? The uncertainty of that choice is as clouded as the sky above you. Woo! I will. More karma. Karma's always a good time. Karma time. Always start from the top. Body. Do we have more body? I can use another body for 50 health. 5 and 5. If I do 5 and 5, I run out of, but it's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I need that. I need to. I'll do it. Let's see. Yeah. I'm probably gonna do it, like I said, at here. Maybe. So. Let's do it. I think I'm gonna need this. A good trade-off. Anyways, that's it for today's stream. I took some shelter so I don't get wet. We'll continue Hopefully tomorrow, get my payment, get more story, and do the other mission. As a matter of fact, we have level up times here. Let's see, we can level up. This guy. Gaishu gains defense ability that adds to armor dodge. Oh, that one seems better. I like that one. Costs 1 AP. Causes bleeding. But this adds 2 armor to me. Adds 1 dodge. Man, that's tough. I like his samurai stuff. Okay. Okay. That works pretty good. Alright, so this is it. Hope you guys have a good night, good day. Stay safe, be happy, make other people happy, make yourself happy. That's very important. I will say this. Black Ops had this guy named Spectre, I think. Spectre? He just said regret is a waste of time. And I believe that wholeheartedly. When you make a decision, make sure you thought of it and measured the weight of the consequences. But you gotta make a decision. And always try to make the best decision that benefits you and people around you, no matter what you're doing. But not making decisions is not gonna get you anyway. Till next time.